Alright guys, tonight we're going to take another look at the green-white Renown deck. Changes that I made from the original deck list. I cut the 2 Vryn Wingmares and the Archangel of Ties for the 3 Valoran Wardens. And I cut the 4 Might of the Masses for 4 Wild Size. So I was intermediately fiddling around with 3 Might of the Masses, 2 Wild Size. Excuse me, so 5 Pump Spells proved to be a little bit too much. So I want to give Wild Size the real trial by fire and just include all 4 copies and see how good it can be before I decide on I think 3 is probably the final number where I end up. But anyways, mana looks good. We got tap land into Free Blade, into Castellan. We have a Grasp and a Colossus on the draw, but I think this is fine. I think that's perfectly fine. So I'm still on the the 7/1 drop plan, the 4 Elite Vanguards, including Gideon, and the 3 Sunblade Elves. Plus a whole whack of 2 drops. Playing against Blazed Ninja 24. Starts with the Plains into Gideon. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. So we could be looking at a Planeswalker in our future. Let's see what we pick up. It is another Castellan, so we'll just play Gateko. And stick a Free Blade in the way. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to try to get back on track now. I'm feeling a lot better. I went to bed early last night, after that Visit Thopter video. So he's putting the wings on his Gideon here, making a 3/3 flyer. It's a little bit annoying. But yeah, feeling a lot better today. So I'm going to try and get back on track now, start playing a little bit more. I haven't played much in the past few days. I am going to the cabin this weekend, so I'm hoping that I have a day off tomorrow from work, so I'm hoping to get a little bit of work done and get some videos queued up. Every time I say that, though, it never happens because I end up just turning on Twitch and streaming for 6 or 8 hours, which, like I did last Friday for 10 hours. And that's time I could have used on the YouTube channel, but what are you going to do? Streaming is a little bit of fun. So I'm going to try and do it at least 2 or 3 times a month, to have an extended stream like that. So anyway, there's the Free Blade, but we're getting clocked in the air pretty hard by this flyer. Grasp will tap it down so we can swing through it, but it's not going to do anything about the fact that it's hitting us every single turn for 3. And now he's got a Strider Harness, which doesn't impact the board at all this turn, so we're fine with that. I wonder if he swings here and lets me Renown. I hope he doesn't, because he'll probably just Grasp in that case. And Renown it and have a 4/4 Vigilant. Dude. See if that's what he does. Or maybe, do I play Castellan first, though? If he doesn't, yeah, he's going for it. So I definitely play Castellan now. But he's got the Strider Harness, which is an equip cost of 1, and it'll give the attached creature haste. So if he plays a land, he could play any 3-drop or less with haste. Picked up Consul's Lieutenant, but I don't think that's the play this turn. I think we just Renown the Free Blade. We are way behind in this race, though. So we gotta Renown this Castellan as well. And hope that he doesn't put too much extra pressure on the board. So now we've got a 3/3 Vigilant. And a 2/3, and the Castellan has Renown too, so this will become a 4/5, and that'll clock him pretty hard. If we get to that point. I mean, that's the kicker here. If we get that far. I mean, that's a pretty big flyer. This deck doesn't have any removal outside of Hixus, 1 copy of Hixus. So yeah, he's going to put the Strider Harness there, but we can trade that off. Unfortunately, I think we have to, considering we can't just eat 6 here. We really can't. So if he comes in for 6, we're going to have to trade off our Free Blades. If he doesn't come in, then that's fine. No, he does. Okay, he doesn't come in with the 3/3, so we can tap that down. And still play out Consul's Lieutenant. I do believe we'll have 3 white sources. So we picked up a Wild Size. We were talking about this card. So I've got 2 options here. If I swing and trample over, it'll kill his dude. So it'll take my whole turn, though. That's the thing about Wild Size. Like if I play Grasp, I can get in for 5, take him to 13, and then play down a Lieutenant. But then he can swing at me for 6. Although I'll have a 4/5 in the way. I think advancing my board is probably better than Wild Size on this turn. So I'm going to Grasp here. Oh, now make sure we cast this and leave open 2 white. Yeah. Alright, so we'll Grasp here. tap down his blocker. So yeah, both our guys are vigilant, so we're going to be able to stand up to him next turn. And then we've got Wild Size to force through some extra damage next turn. So maybe we're slightly, you know, we're definitely even now. I don't know if we're ahead or not. It's looking pretty good though with a 4-5 Vigilant and a 4-4 Vigilant. You know, he's got the 3-3 Flyer now. He might have to think about not attacking with that this turn. Considering, see, this is the problem with Wild Size. It costs 3 mana and it takes your full turn. That's why, you know, I'm going to play 4, like I said, to see just how good it is at that number. You know, I did have it at 2 with Might of the Masses at 3, and that was fine. But, you know, I just want to see how good this can be. So you just got to jam it all the way up to 4. See if you draw it too often in multiples, and if it's something that you don't really want to play. So he's coming in here for 5 in the air. That's going to take us down to 6. And, oh, he's bringing the Free Blade. I mean, we've got 2 power first strike. What does 1 white mana represent? Let's find out. No, we just get to knock it out of the way, which, you know, I think we just have the win now because we've got 10 plus the Wild Size. You flip Gideon. I mean, he can untap his Suntail Hawk. You know, that's what he's gonna do. Does that make it indestructible? It does make it indestructible, yeah. That was the +1. Until your next turn, target creature gains indestructible. Untap that creature. Yeah. All right, so now we can Wild Size and play out a Vanguard. So I mean, the creature has indestructible. So let's see how he blocks. I totally forgot we had a Grasp of the Iron Master there, but we're going at his face and we're going to wait. And we're going to Wild Size, and that's going to be the game. Yeah, I totally forgot we had a tap effect, but yeah, 12 to the face. That is the game. Alright, so we got there. Really much ado about nothing there, wondering how he was going to block when then I swing. It's like, oh shit, I got a Grasp on there. But I felt like when he didn't attack with that Free Blade that he was, he kind of probably lost at that point. No, because I would have had to trade mine off. I would not have been able to take 6 there and come back and compete in that race. So I think that's the play that lost him the game. And allowed us to get there once we had both guys renowned. So let's try it again. Let us try it again. I mean, Might of the Masses would have been just as fine there, but it would have been just 1 mana, and we could have advanced our board. But, you know, Wild Size does draw a card, and this deck does struggle with running out of gas. And it is Trample, you know, so it does renown your guys and trigger Veiler and Wardens. And all that, you know, it gets Outland Colossus through. I mean, it definitely has its upside. But 3 mana is a lot to pay when you want to be playing out to the board, so we'll keep having a look at it. See how it does. Who have we got today? Some crazy demon horn lady in a Lush Forest. It doesn't look like she really belongs there. Alright, so got a rank 0, unique 420. A lot of 420 guys on Xbox. He's playing a fatter stack. 65 plus 7, so he's playing 72. We got no green mana, but we do have Elite Vanguard and Free Blade, but Free Mulligan says we can do better than that. Here we've got Gate into Free Blade. Don't have a 3rd land. We're on the draw. We're on the draw. We can probably get that 3rd land. And then on turn 3, we probably Grasp to force this through and drop a Vanguard. Although we're going to need another white source for that to happen. Right now we're sitting on only 1. So if we do draw that 3rd source, we're going to hope that it is a white source. Thank you very much, game. Now the question is, I know I definitely don't Vanguard on 1. That'll just fuck up my tempo a little bit too much. I'll Vanguard on 3, so we'll just Free Blade next turn. Playing against Gruul so far. See if he throws down the Gate Creeper. No, it's going to be an Arsonist. Arsonist is fine because, like I say, we can get the Free Blade down. He could have a Twin Bolt now. With that being said, but we're still going to play this out. You know, normally he could trade his Goblin Arsonist with our Free Blade, but we are going to, provided it doesn't die to Fiery Impulse or Twin Bolt, we're going to Grasp and tap it down, swing past it. Excuse me. So let's see what he does. Does he have the removal for it? And if he does he spend it now? So he's swinging, but we're obviously not going to block. I'm sure he knows that. But he does play Peerless Mirror. Okay, so that means that he doesn't have the removal and we can swing on by that. So, let's grasp it. Let's tap down that mirror and hit him for 3 and renown our guy up to 4. And that gets it out of, out of range of Peerless Mirror. To be a 4/4. And then we'll add a Vanguard to the board. So this is another reason I like the multitude of 1-drops, because you can play your auras on turn 2 or another 2-drop and still play a 1-drop, We don't always play them on the first turn, but they're great on the third turn. So it doesn't look like he has his land drop, because I think the game is skipping his priority. So let's see if he attacks at all. Probably won't into a 4/4. But we'll see. So now, I've got 2 wild sides in my hand. This is not really where I want to be. Ideally, I'd like to play this out. And if these were Might of the Masses, he does attack. I'm just gonna take 2. I can easily take 2 here. If these were Might of the Masses, I could play my Castellan and still have a pump spell. So I think some number of each is probably right. I like the mana cost on Might of the Masses. So, we're not blocking it, obviously, because he's only swinging at us for 2. So we get to get in for 6. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense on his part. If he's got a Twin Bolt, he should probably knock out the Vanguard, which he does not do. Another thing that Might of the Masses can do is protect your guys from burn for 1 mana, so I'm going to play out the Castellan here, but now if he's got the burn, it just deals with it, whereas Might of the Masses can be reactionary like that and save a guy. So, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I haven't really tested the full 4 wild size. This is my first game with all 4. Last version I had, I'll say it again, had 3 Might of the Masses, 2 wild size. For 5 total pump spells. But anyway, he did his 3rd land now. There's no Anger of the Gods in this game, thank the Lord. But even that wouldn't take care of this, because it would exile both of his creatures and he wouldn't get the death triggers on either one of them. So now that we've got a board built, and he's got some blockers, this wild size is obviously better than Might when it comes to getting that Castellan Renowned taking over the board as a 4/5 Vigilant. So, upsides and downsides. So he's going to tap out. Okay, so he's going to play his ramp spell, but that means, him being tapped out. We're not afraid of any burn. We've only got to worry about the points of damage coming through. So he can do 5 damage. He can block for 2 and then shoot 3. So we're just going to swing for defenses. If he can take out the Castellan this turn. If he double blocks the Free Blade and shoots his damage, we can bring it up to 6. So let's just swing with it. Oh, it's a tap effect twice. I'm going to completely forget to take that into my calculations every single fucking time. It's pretty ridiculous. So yeah, let's see how he blocks. So he's going to block there. No. There. I guess he just wants it off the board, so we can trample over that. Draw a card. And he's just going to shoot one at our face, but he's down to 2. Pretty much out of reach for him, yeah. Play the Vanguard, why not? And let's try and remember that there's a Grasp of the Hieromancer on this Token Free Blade here. Probably something we should try to remember. Farika's Disciple, Death Touch, we don't care, we can tap it down. So yeah, let's just bring the house. Tap down the Death Toucher. And we don't need a wild size here. But we will. We will. Yeah, I mean, so wild size is good. You know, don't get me wrong. I mean, it fits the curve well, but it's a bit of a later gameplay, and it does stop you from playing to the board. So, gonna need a bigger sample size, but all right, let's try one more since this deck does play a little bit quickly. I think we're only at 15 minutes so far. Yeah, I'll try third game. It is pretty late here tonight, though. Had a little nap this evening, but I am off tomorrow. Yeah, it's 11:30. I am off tomorrow, so I don't really have to worry about it. I'll probably be up till 2 in the morning fiddling with some decks. I'm trying, you know, I got a sheet over here written down of some, you know, some cards that I want to play with, and you know, that I haven't played with yet. So I mean, I haven't played a Grixis deck yet at all. I mean, I need to build one just because I haven't played a Thunderclap Wyvern deck. I mean, I did fiddle with it a little bit at the beginning in this blue-white artifact nonsense pile. Zendikar's Royal is another one that I haven't tried. Primal Hump Beast, you know, there is a minor land destruction deck out there. I haven't played Mono Red, you know, to try and play with Chandra yet because I don't think she fits into dual color decks or tricolor decks like I see some people trying to squeeze her in, which to me is just nonsense. You know, I've got Nantuko Husk in that mono black deck that used to be a red black deck that I need to work on. Anyway, we're playing against Dre's 360. He's rank 5. He's playing 60 cards. We've got a one lander. We're going to ship that back. We've got 4, but we got on the play pair 2 drops. And wild size. The only problem I see with this hand is only 1 white source. It's not a problem with the cards we have now, but it could become one. So that's definitely something to look out for as the game goes on. Is everybody going to get constrained on white mana? But you know, we've got Free Relate and Troll, and we've got the wild size to get there. Picked up another Free Blade, so I think this is the one I'm going to play first. Honestly, I'm not sure which of these two is the better turn to play, but the Vigilance on Free Blade really sells it for me. So if he doesn't play a creature, we can just Renown this and drop another one, which would be sweet. Controller batteries are getting low. I've a real big habit of just setting them, you know, setting my controller aside, and then, you know, waiting the 15 minutes for them to go dead. Like if I go upstairs or something, you know, I got to get in the habit of turning them off. And he has a Kinsbale Skirmisher. Excuse me. So, I mean, this is a question of, do you spend your turn on wild size to Renown your dude? Okay, so we got the white mana. You know, it'll draw us a card, but we'll still only have one guy in the battlefield. Or we can offer the trade and then put down another 2-drop. I think we Renown the guy. You know, but I really don't like doing this on turn 3. He may not block, you know. I mean, he may just let us Renown it, which is great. Okay, we'll take that. And I'm going to play out another one. I think Free Blade is better than Troll, honestly. So let's get it out there. So let's see now if he hits his 3rd land drop and what he plays. He does. Could be similar decks. You know, he's probably playing Kinsbale Skirmisher because of a lack of cards. That is a D, not a Magic Origin, so that is from the starter box. So he's going to put flying on his Kinsbale Skirmisher, make it a 3/4, and jam a Sunblade Elf, which is only a 1/1. He does have white mana but no planes. And he's choosing to attack, which I find rather strange. That he has a guy that big that can block both of my dudes. And he's going to go try and race us. I'm not sure about that one. Picked up another wild size. So we're not going to show the Rogue's Passage. He's tapped down. We've got 2 Vigilant dudes, so unless he wants to sacrifice his elf, then we're going to have another Renown trigger. And he's going to be on 13, so. I'm not going to trample across, though. No matter how he blocks, I'm going to play this Troll. Yeah, so he's going to sacrifice that to prevent the damage from getting through, but now we've got another Renown guy. Which I'm cool with. And we'll get a Troll down. Alright, next turn we can play the Rogue's Passage. We can use the wild size and still play a 2-drop if we have one. If we pick up a grass, we're another 2-drop creature. Now he's really stacking this thing up. So he's He's got a 4/7, and he just gained 3 life. So is he going to sit back with that and start blocking? Because that's only... No, he's going to... Yeah, okay. That makes a hell of a lot more sense. That makes a hell of a lot more sense. We've got a 3rd wild size. See, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know if I need 4 of this card. So, +2/+2, trample, draw a card. I mean... You know... So, I mean, what are my options here? I mean, I can just make a guy unblockable. That takes my whole turn. I don't think I want to do that for 3 damage, 5 mana. If I come at him with everything, I can wild size the guy he blocks just so that it doesn't die. Although I can't do that to troll. You know, so it looks like I mean, with these wild sizes in hand, I have 3 of them. I think I'll just force through 3 damage and cycle one of them. You know, that's essentially... I think the best play this turn. You know, if we cycle one and hit a 2-drop, we can go a little bit wider. So yeah, we can just throw that there. And he could have pump of his own, like Titanic Growth or something. But they're just going to bounce off each other. But yeah, we cantripped it, cycled it, whatever you want to call it. I am not going to show him Grasp on this turn, though. I'm just going to pass rather than play it out. I don't want him to know that I have that. So yeah, now we can start tapping that thing down. And when we attach Grasp to something, we will still have Wild Size mana open in case he has another blocker by that time. Seems like he might be stuck on white mana himself. Man, he's really going to town with this thing, which is fine by me, because, like I said, I'm going to be tapping it down. You know, I don't think he's going to start racing now? Okay. Alright. We're going to hit him for 9, and I may even wild size just to force through 2 damage and cycle again. But we'll see what we draw. It's another Grasp with a Harmancer, so we're going to slap that here. Now. Yeah, tap that. Do I cycle? Do I cycle? I don't think I really need to cycle right now. You know, I'll hold open regeneration mana on the troll. Not that I think there's any destroy effects that he could make use of, but I just don't see the need to cycle that right now for 2 damage. You know, if we pick up a land next turn, we can play both of them. So, don't think that's really necessary. Now we're looking at Lissalana Huntmaster. Never saw that coming out of the green-white aura deck, but there it is. He can't swing here, no. But I mean, we have 1 Grasp. And now we have the other one. So that just taps down Soul. That card, man, Grasp with Harmancer is so good. Just tap him down. And get in for lethal. So yeah, I'm not, you know, let me know in the comments. Wild Size is the card that we never got to draw a Valor on Wardens. And see if that's any good. But Wild Size, that being a 3-mana 1/3, Wild Size helps that actually connect and get up. Because it does have Renown too. It does become a 3/5 and draw a card when it flips over. So I think it's better than the Wing Mirror. And Archangel of Ties was just too hard to cast with a 3 white mana. And with only 3 toughness, it still dies to all the most common removal. So she had to go. And, you know, Ring Mirror was really soft to Twin Bolt, even though it did cost 3 mana with him on the field. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you think of 4 times Wild Size, or maybe I should go back to 3 and add another card. You know, we'll see how it goes. Check out the description box for the link to the latest deck list. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.